Hello everybody, Skyrim here, back again with another Diablo Immortal video. Alright, first things first here, we are going to be discussing in this one a couple of W's. Some long overdue W's yet again for the game, and I'm definitely looking forward to these adjustments. And they sent out another mini blog post for all of us for some patch notes, that kind of thing. They're kind of giving us a slow drip going into this update on March 20th. So here we go. Let's go ahead and talk about these first. All right, I got both the notes up right here. All right, this one first. Crafting. Crafting is getting a change yet again. They did a little mini video that they put out kind of teasing this. And they didn't really go into much detail at the time. They just put all these little flashy, little colorful graphics and said crafting, but here we are. For the first time, you will have immense control over how you craft powerful gear. Gather ores. So, diggy hole. Diggy hole. Gather ores from the open world and materials from defeated elite monsters. Then head to the blacksmith to forge your choice of legendary items with at least one class-specific affix or a skill stone. Do we remember what skill stones are? The charms that we barely even use anymore. I mean, we still use, but the whole system has been forgotten for a very, very long time. But nonetheless, or you can get a skill stone with at least 3 class-related affixes on them. So that's very, very nice. Now, that was the global patch notes here. The right-hand side is the Chinese notes, so let's go ahead and look at what they say verbatim here, Google translated. A magical mine was found in the wild of Sanctuary. You can easily obtain ores in a variety of ways and craft legendary equipment. Skill stones with one click. One click sounds nice. You have a chance to obtain rare mineral crystals from the ores, and you can choose the magic attributes of legendary equipment when crafting. So, slightly different wording, but still nonetheless along the same lines. Very, very looking forward to this and how it's going to be fully implemented once we get it. Hopefully it's not going to be how, you know, they changed the crafting system. Well, not the crafting system, but how, you know, the set items that we've gotten, they changed those, you know, to where they had to be triple rolls for them to get 3 sockets in them. Guaranteed, that kind of thing, of which we're still kind of, we're happy that's in place, but at the same time we're still a little disappointed that they just didn't make them all 3 socket greens, that kind of thing. So hopefully here they handle this a little bit better, and it does turn into something a lot better, you know, more worthwhile. The skill stone one is interesting. I hope indeed that if it is straight up crafting the skill stones, that means we can completely forego and avoid the platinum use that we used to have to do to rip the skill stones out of the charms. That was a big to do. That was, you know, it was like 500, I think, platinum every time we would rip the skill stones out of the charms that we had maxed out to a rank 5. So hopefully with this system in play, if we want to go that route with them, we don't have to worry about using platinum costs anymore, and that's completely gone, and that would be the way around it, and do it this way way better. All right, and on to the next thing here. We have familiar skill improvements. They're changing, they're giving some of our familiars some new skills. Now it says your valued and trusted companions is learning some new tricks as a result of player feedback. Well, that's very interesting. As a result of player feedback, we have increased their versatility to aid you in the fiercest of battles. Some will be able to earn new skills specific to each familiar, giving them a much-needed edge. Now, on the Chinese patch notes, they give an actual list here. Now, the ones that they're describing, Pale Flame and that kind of thing, again, this is Google translated, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to figure out which ones those are pertaining to. But here is at least a list. They didn't put it in the global notes, which is, again, disappointing. They did put you can tell the difference. Look how short the snippet they get here. The Chinese patch notes go into a lot more detail. Some examples here are, let's see, Pale Flame's active skill is replaced with Cursed Land, which selects an enemy, deals damage to enemies around him, and dispels 1 damage reduction or shield effect applied by the player's professional skills or normal attacks. So your skills are your normal attacks. When the familiar is a subspecies, the cooldown is reduced. That one's pretty significant. I don't know exactly what kind of shields you can dispel, but the fact that there's a dispel period is pretty nice. And then another one, let's see, when Pale Flame's Cursed Land is successfully dispelled, the enemy's normal attack damage is reduced. That's another one. More successfully dispelled. Chance to gain the target's dispelled damage reduction and shield effects. Ah, okay. So yeah, way more versatility here in the pets going forward here. Very, very good to see. And that's another this one's not really as big as a win as the crafting system, but nonetheless, here it is. And then here we go to one of the other big ones, and this one actually is pretty substantial. Finally, they're removing the loyalty bonus cap per week. Finally, the rock. No, they finally removed the essence bonus, and it's long overdue on this one. We have changed the way you extract essences earned from the loyalty bonuses. There are no longer a weekly cap from extracting essences, and you'll no longer be time gated from unlocking new essences when they are released. Before, whenever you were a lower level going into the higher difficulties, as you would scale up, whenever you hit that next difficulty up to unlock the next set of essences in that difficulty, there was always like, I think it was like a week of a delay on that one. So there's that. So it's not there anymore. They've taken that away too, which is awesome. Now, let's see. Once you have unlocked the difficulty for the corresponding essences and the server paragon levels have reached the new difficulty, they can be unlocked right away. So finally. Now, the Chinese patch notes goes a little bit more in detail on this one. It sounds like, now this one's kind of interesting too, because they put 2 different wish points, well, loyalty bonus points probably, but they put it in like 2 different systems. No longer a weekly limit, and upper on the extraction of legendary equipment for wish points. All right, wish points are divided into 2 types. Follow along best we can. Again, Google translated. Ultimate wish points and wish points. Ultimate wish points can be used to wish for essences of all difficulties obtained by extracting legendary equipment of the difficulty corresponding to the current server's paragon level. Okay, so basically the maximum. Wish points can be used to wish for essences on a difficulty lower than the current server paragon level, obtained by extracting legendary equipment of a difficulty lower than the current server paragon level. So bottom line is, it's really not going to affect all of us that much in, as far as these. If they're going to do a 2 different point system, this is more so, I think, for newer players still that have essences that they are trying to get in the earlier difficulties that they may not have yet, and they're still kind of around there. Let's see. When the difficulty corresponding to the server's paragon level changes, ultimate wish points will automatically convert to wish points. So yeah, that's what we're going to be. Wait and see how it's going to go. And very interesting to see how that's going to be implemented. But yeah, they left that out in the course in the global patch notes for whatever reason. I don't know, to per usual, loss and translation kind of stuff. But anyway, there we go. A couple of good pluses and minuses here, a couple huge wins, and honestly, for the most part, I'm really happy to see that. It's about time on some of these, especially. I'm more excited about the loyalty cap being removed and the crafting, the newer crafting system that we're going to be getting. It's again, more quality of life improvement stuff that should have been in a while ago at this point, but nonetheless, skill stones. If that's in play now, where we can not have to worry about, using platinum anymore to do these, that's awesome. I'm glad to see that that's finally going to be hopefully a defunct system and we don't have to mess with it anymore. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below, of course. And as always, everybody, stay safe out there in the real world and fire. As always, take care of yourselves as best you can, one day at a time. That's all we can do. It's the best we can do. Until next time, the end.